Hello, everyone. Welcome to the 6th episode of the Pons Talk. My name is Curtis from Dulwich College, Shanghai, Puxi, and I'll be your host today. In this podcast series, I'll be interviewing Dulwich College International alumni on their personal and professional development, social engagement within the Dulwich College International alumni family, and pioneering change to create positive global impact. Today's guest, dialing in live from Shanghai, is Dulwich International High School Suzhou alumni, Jesse Yu.
Hello, everyone.
So, Jesse, what do you think has been the most important thing that you have learned at Dulwich?
I think my journey to film production and theater arts really began at Dulwich. I did the first promo video for the first open day at our school back in 2012, I think. And then I did the first grand opening when we moved to the new campus in Suzhou. So really, Dulwich is the starting point for my first exposure to film and theater. I think the most important thing I learned is that I can do this well. I got encouragement from my teachers, and I actually got good feedbacks after displaying those promo videos to the entire school, positive feedbacks from different departments and from the parents and fellow students.
So what opportunities do you feel that were given to you as a Dulwich student to expose yourself even more to your passions?
As I said, the school trusted me with these projects. And also on the theater arts side, my drama teacher, Mrs. Darrington, trusted me in doing acting. So I was exposed to the other side of the camera a little bit, learning different acting techniques. So the classes, first of all, helped me in my areas to prepare me for my fields. And then different class presentations that we were taught to tell our ideas, not just by words, not just by writing, but also as a multimedia. So that which is still valid today, even when I go to college, grad school, in work, there are many ways to tell what I'm thinking, to visualize things. So that all came from the first opportunity in the class to narrate my stories or my ideas in different ways.
How would you say being an international student has helped shape your artistic ideas?
First of all, when I go abroad to the States, I'm aware of where I'm from and things I'm familiar with, the culture that I grew up in. And that's precious. That's very, very valuable in my filmmaking. It's one of the aspects is to tell others about my culture, to visualize the philosophy of our culture. So that's the first thing being an international students in shaping my career. And also coming back from the States, doing business in China, knowing the workflow of not only filmmaking, but also theater in both countries helped me to prepare for my business.
Branching off of what you've just said, between America and China, which do you think would have the most opportunities for film and performing arts?
Well, there are opportunities everywhere, not just China or the US. You have opportunities in filmmaking and performing arts all over the world. It's not something you can quantify, I guess. It's really about preparing yourself. Curtis, I know you wanted to be an actor. It really doesn't matter where do you want to act. You can act in China, in Shanghai, or you can act in the States or the UK, as we talked about in our conversation. So the more important thing is to prepare yourself, get skilled. Yeah.
How important would you say real life experience is in regards to film and performing arts, aside from just learning the subjects in a school environment?
Are you saying how the real world is different from school?
Yes.
Okay. First of all, the school, the high schools and the college are a safe place for us to develop, to grow. And as long as I have an idea, I can find people to support me with the production. So I really don't have to consider what my clients would be thinking. All I'm thinking is, okay, I have an audience. I want to tell them about my story. So that would be different when doing, for example, a commercial, a television advertisement. I have more aspects, more factors to consider. For example, different age groups, different audiences, different platform to play this video on or commercial on. That I don't have to consider as much when at school.
So the film and performing arts, what does the course itself actually entail?
Yeah, the subject, in terms of the subject matter, you learn about the film history, theater history, different types of film, genre films, different types of theater, musical, opera, operetta, that kind of things. And then more on the practical side, you get to learn how to make theater happen. So the lighting, the set design, also on the acting side, the different methods of acting, and on the film side, how to operate a camera, how to set up the lights safely and beautifully, that kind of stuff.
And with your entrepreneurial project that you're doing, what inspired you to set up your business in China and start the business itself?
Okay, first, I had this idea with my co-founder when we were just finished a day of shooting in LA. And we were talking about how awesome the actor is and how they didn't even ask for pay. And we were just talking and worrying about where we're going to find actors and actresses when we come back to China, or if we want to do a project in China. And we thought about, we don't really have a website where we can see just thousands of information about actors and actresses. So we thought, might as well we create one. Because right now, we did a little bit what we call, maybe you can call it a marketing research. So in China, most of the casting and audition happened this way. I'm a casting director. I need to cast a few people. So I sent out a WeChat moment and send a few WeChat messages to different groups that I'm in, and ask other colleagues or people in the same business to spread the word. And then resumes, photos, headshots come in my way, and I'll just pick from them. Or maybe agencies will send their actors in. And then I was thinking, okay, the maximum amount of actors I can get this way, maybe a few hundreds. That's maximum, because we only know so much people, and the words only spread so far. But what if we have a database of all actors and actresses? And then you can, as a director or casting director, you can see every single one of them on the website, on your computer screen. You can scan through them, or you can click into them to see more details, see what they have, what other shows they have been, what kind of skills they have. We have all that in the database, and that's what we are aiming for. That way, a director will have a much broader choices of actors. Also, from the actor side, they can get exposed to hundreds of thousands of productions. In contrast to what they have right now, the number of gigs you can get only depend on how many people you know. Film and theater, it's partially a people business. You cannot not rely on connections and relationships and the people you know. So this website or app that we're developing is going to be beneficial to the film industry in general in China.
So Jesse, you said that the performing industry is mainly people-based. What would make me or anyone as an actor or performer, what would make them stand out, or what would make them more likely to be selected for these gigs?
Yeah, first of all, you need a very nice headshot, which is not overly photoshopped, but nicely lighted. Those are the technical stuff, but headshot, it's the first thing anyone would look at when considering to be their actor or actress. And then you need to prepare a profile about yourself as much as you are comfortable to share with the casting agency or director. And then just a resume, a reel, a video reel of what have you been in, what shows you have been in, or what a theater performance you're in. Just remember to document all that kind of stuff. And that's the experience, the past of you is going to take you to your future.
What got you interested in business itself? Like, did you study business at school? Is it something you had to learn in your own time? Where did it start?
I studied business at Dulwich during high school, but I really didn't think about that being my major. But that kind of laid a foundation for me. So right now, when I'm talking to my managers and head of departments, I can use more of their language, the business language, to tell them what I wanted to achieve. So that kind of laid a foundation for me studying business at Dulwich. Many parents might think, including my parents, they do not think art can generate a lot of profit. But we combine art with technology, with people, with community. That means the opportunities open up. And I know it's going to be a good route to go down, to pursue, because I'm serving the people, I'm serving the industry. Business is just part of the process to achieve that goal.
You mentioned how parents sometimes may think that there's not lots of money in the arts. Would you think or want to provide advice for student actors or people who are interested in exploring the arts within schools? For example, Dulwich schools. Do you think your platform or just you yourself would try and provide advice and broaden parents and students' horizons on the actual opportunities that are present in the arts?
Yes, first of all, the statement there is no money in art is, I don't think that's true. And even as a high school student, you can start by showing the parents that I can earn a little bit of money from the business. For example, I know there are high school students from Dulwich being the TVCs, being the television commercials. I think, Curtis, you mentioned that some of your friends, they did acting for Louis Vuitton commercials, right?
Yeah, I think one of them did modeling for Louis Vuitton. However, I know
Okay.
other students did an advertisement for, I'm pretty sure, a Chinese phone brand company.
Mm-hmm. And that, imagine you modeled for Louis Vuitton or you acted for a brand and you bring home maybe, let's say, a few thousand Chinese yuan. The money really is not important, but this is a message to your parents that, okay, I'm bringing money. Maybe this amount is not going to help me to support myself for the next year, but it's a message showing them I can bring in money from the business. In order to do that, I think the first you have to throw yourself out there. Just be in the business, no matter how small the gig is or how big it is. You just have to be in the business to be in people's radar to start the process.
You mentioned throwing yourself into the performing arts. What advice could you give for students that may be feeling a bit shy or worried about going into the arts?
Yes. So first of all, don't be shy. Nervous is normal. So don't be afraid to be in those kind of productions. And in terms of advice, once you're out there, once you are in a good production, be friendly. Honestly, that's the simplest but most effective way of getting you to the next gig. Because really, when you think about it, beyond a set, we all are actually working together. We all want to work together with someone who is nice and who's just friendly. On top of that, we can talk about the aesthetics, the skills. Yeah, because we are all working, so we want a healthy and positive work environment, and it ultimately will improve the efficiency on set. That's the most simple advice I can give.
I believe that kind of links in how we said it's a people business. Would you say that being in the arts is it's a business that keeps on giving? Because how I view it is, like, as you said, like, you throw yourself into the business. So it's like, if I do this ad, then I can use that advertisement to improve my acting portfolio, my modeling portfolio. And it just keeps on going and going with project for project. I sometimes view it as a two-way relationship. Let's say I do a modeling shoot. I've done that performance. I've done that modeling. so that business can promote their product. So that's me doing something for them. But then since I've done this and I've thrown myself out there into the business, I can add to my portfolio saying that I've done this as well. And then that itself will say, well, oh, he has more experience. So then they can go do more projects, and then it keeps adding up together.
Exactly. I think that's basically how the business work. And it's rolling a snowball. I think you summarized it very well. This project takes you to the next project. And that's why you have to take every project as seriously as possible, because you never know where this is going to take you, even though it might be a small production, even though you might be doing it for free.
I like how you mentioned the take it as serious as possible, because you don't know where it can take you. Would you that can relate to how you started to get into the business of the arts?
Yeah, so talking about my co-founder, we know each other from a student set. We didn't know each other, and see where it take us now. We are business partners. And also film sets and theater, it's a very good place to see. You can observe people's, for example, work ethic, and you know what kind of people they are by working with them. Because sometimes you work for 12, 13, 17 hours. That doesn't really happen when you're just hanging out, having a brunch together, right? So you know people better by working with them on a film set or in theater. So you can never, as I said before, you can never quantify the value of this particular project or that particular thing that you're doing.
With the performing arts in China and Shanghai specifically, what would you say about the opportunities that are present here?
In terms of commercials, there are really a lot of opportunities out there because there are so many, whether local, domestic, or international companies that are in need of these commercials. And then we talk about smaller sellers like Taobao sellers or like private sellers on WeChat. All these people are in need of different level of advertisement and different types of advertisement, talking about especially the video forms. In terms of local theater, I have another ambition that I have about theater in China or in Shanghai. I want to slowly culture maybe the tradition of doing local theaters. So not all the theaters are commercial or are selling tickets. And maybe they don't have to be professional actors. They can be community members. I think there is a soil for that in Shanghai and in China. Maybe I'll do something in the future to facilitate that.
Thank you, Jesse, for your time to record this podcast with me.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, everyone, for joining us today. Hope you enjoyed the 6th episode of the Pons Talk. For more information on the Worldwide Alumni Network, please check out our website at alumni.dulwich.org. Stay tuned and looking forward to having you with us next time.